Hey, and welcome here to this video. In this video, I will give a full walkthrough of our rig that we have for sale. It's a motorhome. It's a Thor Outlaw 37ls, and it is the 2014 model. This is a really nice motorhome. We've been living 1.5 years in it as full-time RVers and has really traveled through all of United States. And we have now ended up by Seaside, Oregon, where we have decided to settle down. We really love this area. So now we are selling this fantastic, nice motorhome. It's in really good condition, and I can tell you we have full maintenance log on it. So I'll try to be as transparent as I can be about everything that has been done to it. Lots of upgrades. I can mention we have solar system, 400 watt of solar installed on the roof now. That means you can boondock without hookups. We have AC silencers. We have a brand new microwave installed, brand new coach batteries. So a lot of good stuff. There is also a complete tow package if you want to tow a Jeep or something. We towed a little Fiat 500 after, and the Blue Ox tow system will come with the rig, and that includes the brake assist system that can be transferred between cars. We will let that go with it as well. There is a combo washer and dryer installed in the garage compartment as well. So hang on here, because this here is a really nice rig that we are selling, and the asking price we have is $80,000. So it's time to get started now with a complete walkthrough of this rig. And I suggest that we climb up on the roof as the first thing and take a look at that.
So I just put a ladder up so we can try to climb up here and see how it is. So here we are on the roof of the motorhome, and as you can see, it has one vinyl liner and it's all intact. Everything has been sealed, and you can see here it's part of the maintenance schedule I've had to come up and check the die core and give it some new die core if it has any cracks in it. We have installed solar panels. In total we have 4 100 watt panels, and these are from Renogy. They have been exceptional good. Since we installed them, I can tell when we've lived full-time in the RV, they have supplied us 100% with electricity for all of the 12-volt system. We simply detached from the pedestal at the campground and didn't use any of their power. So it's been a really good investment. Think about that for boondocking as well. For holding the power, we use 2 batteries in the house battery bay, and these are brand new batteries as well. I had plans of putting 2 additional in, but I can tell you, even with the 2 we have, that has been plenty. We have been able to watch TV, have all the lights on, run some fans and so on, and it never drained the batteries. But, right here is one of the things I want to point out. You can see this area here. There's a metal plate, and that was before we bought the motorhome. The previous owner, they had an accident where they lived in Florida, and they had a tree fall down, and one of the branches hit the top of the motorhome. So there is a repair. It's been done professionally. It's been in at an RV center where they did this repair here, and it is strong. We haven't had any leaks or anything from it, so no water damages anywhere in this coach here. Nothing down in the walls or anywhere. We can walk down here. We can see all this is for the bathroom, the skylight, and that's the vent for the bathroom as well. We have the 2 AC units here. They are 13,500 BTU each, and that's plenty. That can cool down the coach. Here we have the vent for the refrigerator, and as you can see, I have run the cables from the solar panels down through the duct system for the refrigerator vent, so that way we avoided drilling new holes here in the top. We have the vent here for the main coach part, and that's a brand new, we just installed. It's only a month old or so, and it's a brand new kind with rain sensor as well. The original one didn't have that, so we put one in with rain sensor. We have an antenna that you can raise up from downstairs, and that's just the front of the coach here. But everything here is 100% waterproof. It's in good condition, the whole vinyl liner, so the whole roof of the unit is really nice. And one of the big benefits of this rig here is the color scheme, I think. The color scheme here is one of the best, I think, Thor Outlaw has made. I love this gold and black and red. It's really pretty. And it's one thing that a lot of people have noticed as well. When we come around, we meet a lot of people who say, love that color scheme. So that's been a nice thing. But else, starting up here in front, you can see it's the Ford V10 engine. So it's not the V8, it's the V10. And it's been a fantastic engine. That one pulls over anything. We've been driving over mountains. We've gone up the entire east coast of United States from Florida, and then into Chicago and down through the central part of US all the way down to New Mexico and Texas. And then we went over to the west coast, to Los Angeles, and all the way up the west coast. So we crossed a lot of mountains, and we've been pulling 2 motorcycles. So these are the 2 motorcycles we've been pulling. It's a Harley Davidson Sportster and a Can-Am Ryker. And these both have fit into the garage. At the same time, we pulled this tow vehicle, a little Fiat 500. So you can see the motorhome here comes with a full Blue Ox tow bar system, so that you can pull. So it's all ready with hookups and everything. The only thing you will have to do is to install a tow bar like this here on your own vehicle. But that's basically the only thing you have to do, then you're ready to tow a vehicle. So the engine has been fantastic. It pulls with all that, both with the motorcycles and the car behind. It's pulled over the Rocky Mountains and everything for us, and it does just fine. If we look at storage capacity, now that we are outside, it has some huge storage space, and that's one of the good things. If you look down the side here, look at all these bays we have here, there is so much storage in it. Even when we lived full time, we didn't have them filled up. So there is so much space. This here is a through storage. You can see the door down in the other end. So tons of storage space here, really nice. You can just take a peek into them, and you can see this here. It's not a through space because it has the, I think it's the propane tank on the other side here, but it's really big. This here is a through storage, goes from one side to the other. So it's amazing really what you can fit in. This one here is locked, and I think it's because that's a water tank. Just unlocked it, we can see. And here is one of the nice thing about it. You have a big 100-gallon water tank, and it all works. It has sensors and everything, so you can see the level inside. But then another good thing about this rig here is you have the duct system from the heating goes down into the storage space. So if you're camping at winter time, the whole underbelly of course is enclosed, and you have heating in all the wet bays, both the water tank and also the wet bay on the other side for all the hookups. Down here in the rear end, it's worth noticing, there's a second door. So you have two doors. You have the main door up front there, and then you have a second door for the garage down here in the rear. I don't know. No, it's locked here. See that later when we go into the garage. Here's a little storage compartment as well. So there's some small ones, good for electrical cables and stuff here in the rear. And here's one as well. So every square inch is utilized for storage in this rig here. So very nice. It has a great awning and it's electric. We'll try to take that out. And it's right inside the door here. You have the awning in out here. And now my wife, she will just operate it and then we can see.
I'm cleaning the inside, totally disinfecting it.
All making it ready. And here you can see the awning coming out. And it's a nice big 18-foot awning. So it provides a lot of nice shade. Really nice. The tires here, they are the 22, let me see, where do we see it? There, 22.5, right here, can you see that? So it's nice big tires, like on the big diesel Porsches, and you feel that when you're driving. It drives very smooth. And it has the aluminum Alcoa rims, and the same goes here in the rear. These are also aluminum rims, the Alcoa. Here on the outside as well, you have two power outlets. So that's very nice. If you sit outside in the evening, you can hook up some lights and stuff. And here we have the hot water tank. And I can't remember the size. I think it's is it a 15-gallon tank or something like that? But it's plenty. Even though we shower back to back, you know, it's not running out of hot water. It has plenty of water. So it's been a really nice system. The radio system can be controlled. There's a whole Jensen sound system in the rig, and it has actually been upgraded with some better speakers inside, and a subwoofer that is under one of the dining couches there. So it has a really good sound system, and it can be controlled out here, and you can hear the music out as well. Then it has an outdoor TV. There's also a Jensen TV here, and it also works. And over here we have the propane heater unit for the refrigerator, and we have the outlet for the hot air here, and there's a second speaker here as well. The front of the motorhome is one big windscreen. It's not like the old style that is divided, so it's a nice big windscreen here. The headlights, there is the regular driving headlight, and then you have the long beam there. I changed all light bulbs in those to new LEDs that provides, according to the specs, 3 times as bright a light as normal. And that is something that has really improved. When you drive at night, you can really see that these LED lights, they have improved things a lot. When we come to the mirrors, you can see the mirrors, they have camera right here, and that's for changing lanes. So on the screen inside the cockpit, you can actually see down the side of the motorhome here. When you change lanes, you can see if anything is on the side, which is a really neat thing. Here on the driver's side, we have one big slide out, and that basically takes the whole dining area, and there is a couch area that is in the slide out, and that comes out. When that's out, that really provides a lot of space. It has an awning over to protect it, so that's a good feature as well. That's right. When we look down the side here, you can see in front of the rear wheel on the driver's side you have the exhaust, both for the engine but also for the generator. And the generator, let's see, is it this one? No, that was a battery bank, so might be the next one. And here we have it. It's an Onan 5500 generator, and it's actually time for an oil and filter change on it. I have purchased everything, the whole service kit with oil and air filters and everything. I just haven't had the time to do it, but I will let the whole service kit come with it, and it's easy to change it yourself. Let's just have Nicole try to turn the generator on. As you can see, it starts right off. And that generator there provides enough power to run both air conditioners and everything electric in the rig. And now here in the bay in front of it, that's where we have the house batteries. And I put these brand new batteries in here. They're only a few months old now. And the solar system charges down to these here. And that's what we pull from in the rig. They have been enough to supply us with all the power we need for watching TV and everything, lights on, vents on, everything, without being hooked up. So if you think about boondocking, you're ready to go. But if you feel like you want more power, it depends on your power usage, of course. It's very easy to make a shelf here, and you can put more batteries in if you want to. Next to it here we have all the hydraulics, and these are the hydraulics for the levelers. So it has 4 levelers, so it's fully automatic leveling system, and that's the whole hydraulic for it here. This has worked flawless ever since we bought the motorhome, and it's such a nice thing. It's so easy when you come and set up for camping that you just push a button and 30 seconds later you're all set. And the front storage bay here, that's where we have the propane tank. And you can see it's a big, nice propane tank. I think is it 75 gallons or something like that in size. Can't see that, but works fantastic. When we boondocked, we would use that for heating, of course, instead of electricity, and we would also use it for cooking and also for the hot shower water. But that means your need for electricity really goes down when you have propane like this. So a really good system. There's a pass-through storage here that goes all the way in. Down here we have more storage, huge pass-through storage bay here. And this here is the wet bay. And here in the wet bay, I want to point out here we have changed out this Anderson valve system, so that's brand new. And now we can hear Nicole is pumping water inside for cleaning. But it has a shower here for if you clean your boots or something outside. But one thing worth noticing is I have insulated, you can see all the pipes here individually with foam. That's when we were down in New Mexico at winter time, and it got way below freezing. So even though it's a heated bay, then still just to be sure, I simply insulated in all individual pipes as well. We have the tanks. We have the black water tank here, and we have the gray water tank, and now I have all the hoses here. But in behind the hoses, that's where you have the handles to drain everything out. And it comes with all these Schwartz hoses here, so you're good to go. Down here is where you fill the gasoline, and it's regular gasoline you fill in. And here is the electrical bay, So here you have the big power cord for hooking up, and it will come with all these here, so you can transform to a 110 or to a 30 amp or a 50 amp. It has inverter in there, a 1500 watt inverter, and here we have a converter. The converter is brand new. The old one actually wore out while we were camping in New Mexico, so we got a brand new in, same brand, and it works great now. I'm parked a bit tight here to some bushes. Down here is another storage bay, and I have left some extra water filters that we always use when we hook up. That takes all chloride and everything out of the water, so they're very good to have. And here is another little storage bay, and a funny little thing here is that this motorhome actually has a fuel station. So if you can see here, there's a fuel handle, and you can turn this on here. Now I won't do it, then it starts pumping, but that way you can, if you have motorcycles or ATVs or something that you ride with, you have the option of taking from the main tank of the RV and filling up your vehicle. One of the big pluses of this motorhome is that it is a toy hauler. So you have this big door here, and it's very easy to open and operate, and we will show that as well. We have two big floodlights up on top, and there's a backup camera up in the middle as well. But this whole door comes down, and there's a railing around, so you can actually sit on it as a patio. That's a thing we have used a lot and really enjoyed, and our dogs have been able to run out and sit out here as well. So that's been really a fantastic feature. The whole garage area here is ventilated. These are vents you can open. They open this way out, so you can have them open while you drive, so you don't. And here we have my wife Nicole.
Hello.
And Nicole, she's going to help
Howdy.
me, so we can show how it works with the jacks.
The jacks.
And
the
the
slide out. Everything inside. All the cabinet space, the kitchen, living room.
So let's head inside.
All right.
I'll follow you.
Yes.
And now Nicole, she will demonstrate how we put the jacks down.
Yes, I will. Super easy. If I can do it, anybody can do it.
So this is basically the captain's cockpit here. And then over there, Nicole.
Yes, here's the on-off auto. You could manually do the jacks. You could retract all jacks, and you can also level manually.
So try to show how we are doing this. Push the on-off, and then it's just the auto. Then I'll go outside so we can see it. They're now coming down. There are 4 of them in total, 2 in front and 2 in back. So it's really super easy to get level. Then let's go down and see if the rear ones come. And here they come. And it's a good kind. It's not with a spring to retract. They're hydraulic active both in and out. So it also retracts with hydraulics, so that's really nice. They never get stuck. And here we are. And I'll now go inside so we can give you a tour of the entire motorhome.
While the slide is in.
Yeah, this here is with a slide in. And just notice you have free access, so you can go all the way up here from the cockpit.
All the way back.
And it's easy and comfortable to get all the way down.
You can open the fridge.
So you have access to everything while
You
driving.
have access to the bathroom. The TV actually slides out.
So it's on sliders here, so you can see you can slide it out.
And
watch that too.
That TV is on 12 volt. I mean, you can access everything.
Yeah.
And then, of course, even to go through the garage.
To the garage as well.
So before I pull the slide out, we need to start the generator because we're not hooked up to shore power.
And that happens here.
All you do is prime it by pushing down on the stop. When it shows red. And there you go. And it has 789 hours on the generator.
So the slide, Nicole.
Yes.
Where is that?
This button is here on your main control panel. Slide extend, slide retract. This also houses your water pump, your water heater, and it shows for your tanks.
Yeah, so LPG, battery, fresh water, black, gray. So it shows all that.
And then here's
the controller for the AC units.
And the heater.
And the heater, yeah. We'll show that how that works after. But let's try the slide.
Let's do it.
Are you ready? We are now getting ready for the slide. And you can see it has an awning on top to protect it. But it works really well. Of course, it's one of the things you need to maintain. You can see the mechanism here. This you lubricate with silicone in a spray, and the same up on top. So you do that on regular basis. And then underneath here, the sliding pads, you also lubricate them with silicone. But here we are, the slide is fully extended. And let's go inside and see how much space that gave.
And just like that, we have a lot more space in the motorhome with the slide out.
Yeah, it's a ballroom. We can go dancing.
Dancing.
Can I offer you a dance?
Sure.
So there's a lot of space here now.
Yeah.
But let's start up front here, and we will show you the captain's cockpit. Of course, you have the steering wheel here, and on the steering wheel you have the cruise control, and you have the on and off for the cruise control here. You have the wiper fluid and the speed of the wiper, and over here that's for towing, and that has turned out to be really good. I use it all the time when we go over rocky mountains and stuff, and we are heavy loaded, we tow our tow vehicle. I put it in tow mode, then it gears a bit lower, and it also helps with engine braking when you go downhill. So that's really a neat thing. Down here we have some switches. There's the dash fans that operates these fans sitting up here, so you get fresh air. And there's one over in the passenger side too. We have cabinet lights up front, and you can see these are the ones up there. And then we can start the generator from here. So if we need power, I can prime it here, and when the light comes on, it's ready to start, and I can simply start it. And now we have generator running. So that's a nice thing. We have a 12-volt outlet here, and that's very nice because we have had a GPS sitting here, so you just hook it in right there, so it can't be any easier. Over here we have our backup camera, and let's just show how that works. And if you see the backup camera here, it sits in the rear of the motorhome, but you can see everything that is behind you. But another good feature for it is if I want to change lane, now I can turn the signal on to the left. Then we have cameras out in the mirrors, and now it shows down the left side, and I can go to the right. Now it shows what's down to the right side. Really neat feature when you are driving in traffic. That's a lifesaver right there. Underneath we have the air vents, and it's of course air conditioned. So you have the AC down here, and you have a Kenwood radio with CD player, and it has a remote control. And the whole sound system in this rig has been upgraded. It has a Jensen sound system, all Jensen speakers and Jensen subwoofer, so it has really nice sound system if you like music. Over here to the left we have all the buttons for setting up what we want to see in the display up here. We have emergency start, where you can actually pull from the house batteries if your engine battery is low. You have fog lights, you have a night shade and a sunshade. And let's just show that here. If I push those, these are electric up front here, and that's actually a nice feature. You can put that down a little bit when you drive and the sun is very sharp. You can still see through it, but it takes a lot of the sun. And then there's a night shade that makes completely black out as well here. So two really nice features. And then we have the passenger side.
Yes, and oftentimes when we're traveling, I have to do some work. So this has been really convenient to have this here and be able to work on my computer, my iPad, eat, whatever. This has been a nice feature.
Yep.
And there's also lots of storage up on top. Goes all the way through. And then here is our main area. We got tons of storage. This is all your electronic hookups.
And one thing is, this is powered from the coach battery with a solar system. Not all outlets are. These are, plus the one for the TV down there. These are powered from the 12-volt outlet through the inverter. So we use that for charging station, because you can charge everything here when you are on solar.
And that's where the bunk lift is, which we'll show you in a little bit, how to raise the bunk. You got storage.
In the main cabin you have some extra sleeping space. You actually have a bunk bed right up here, and that one sits over the driver seats, and it slides down. When we bought the motorhome, it didn't work, and it seems like it had never worked, and we found out why. This front piece here was too long, and it was catching the walls, so there was too much resistance and the motors would shut off. So we got that fixed, and now it works. So up in this cabinet here in front, that's where we have the controls for the bunk bed. And there's a key here you turn on. Now it's active. And then you have the control panel here for up and down. And now we will try to show you how that works. Over here in the side, there are some pins sitting up here in each side. You need to get those out. And to do that, Nicole will now take the bunk bed a little bit up so I can pull these out.
I've never done this before. Let's see.
And there it comes. And I pull that out, and I'll do the same in the other side. Okay, Nicole, we're ready.
All right. I can barely reach.
But it gives a nice sleeping space for two up here. Yeah, and now it's all the way down. And you can see it has a net around here, and it has a ladder that connects, so it's easy to get up there.
And I think it's like a full air mattress up here.
Yeah, there's an air mattress
sure.
and a pump here. No, we have actually never used it. It's only been us traveling in it, but it's here. There's an air mattress and there's a little foam mattress.
Yeah.
But it definitely works. Yeah, we can take it up again. And going up goes way slower. For some reason, I don't know, these motors they have put in these systems are very weak, but it does work. It just goes slower when it goes up. And then when you have it all the way up, you put the pins in again to secure it while you're driving.
You got storage up here.
Practical for keys and stuff.
Tons of storage here. There's storage underneath this seat. We also have sunshades and night shades.
So you can black out the coach completely.
This couch turns into a bed. It has a queen air mattress. It's covered because it has that pleather. The couch is...
Yeah, that's worn.
Yeah, that's
perhaps
worn.
the next thing to change out.
Yeah, the captain chairs are worn. They have covers. This is less than 4 months old, this Euros chair. The dinette also converts into a bed.
Sleeping
and you can
areas.
see it's also worn. These have been recovered, these have not. And in the kitchen area, we have storage, we have double sinks, everything works.
We have a filter on there for
drinking water.
A carbon filter.
Got a place for your sponges.
Lots of drawer
drawers.
space.
Storage underneath the sink. Storage next to the oven. We have a brand new microwave oven. We have storage up on top. Not even used.
We just put it in.
Yes. We have a range, a gas range, oven.
And it's a 3-burner range.
It's a 4-burner.
Is it 4 even?
I don't know.
Oh, we have to check.
He was right.
It's a
3-burner range. Uh-oh. He was right. We have a nice drawer here. This is where I kept my pots and pans. Of course, we have the TV. Freezer and fridge.
And works really well.
Yeah.
Even when we camped in New Mexico in 104, it had no problems keeping things frozen.
Everything's been great. We've lived in this motorhome for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
So.
Pantry.
Pantry. A little. I kept my Ziplocs in there, but a little cubby hole. And then we'll go into the bathroom. Bathroom with a fan, storage, toilet, sink, shower.
It's a nice tall shower.
And storage underneath the sink as well.
Yep.
And this is our wardrobe. Big storage area. Drawers. We had all our belongings in there, all our clothes and shoes.
And right underneath there, Nicole, we have all the fuses. So they are here for the 110 system, and here behind here we have the 12-volt system.
And then we have a bed upstairs over the garage. We chose this model because it gave us more space in the living area. And when you're traveling with both of us and 4 dogs, we needed more living space.
And that's worked really
And it's
great.
worked really well for us.
So you have like a staircase going up here.
And it's a queen size bed.
And you have a queen size mattress up here. And you have cabinets over there, and you have a TV as well. And the AC dock system goes up here, sits in the ceiling. So when you sleep up here, this is perhaps the coolest place on a hot summer day. That's where the AC can really cool down. So it's always nice and cool when you go to bed up here. And up here in the ceiling, you can see there is a plate that has been mounted there. And that's kind of the damage from the roof. We saw it outside when I was up there, that it has kind of a branch had fallen in, but this repair worked really well. We haven't had any water intrusion or anything, so it's a really good repair that has been done. But you can see it, of course.
Privacy.
There are of course privacy shades up there in the bedroom, and when you come down the staircase here on the side of the cabinet, that's where we have mounted the controller for the solar system. It's Bluetooth connected, so you can download the app from Renogy, and then you can monitor via Bluetooth on your cell phone how much charge you're getting and all that. But else the whole controller unit sits here on the side of the cabinet.
So this is how simple it is to turn on the AC. That's just fan, and that's cool. There's your AC. And then we also have the RV AC silencers on them as well.
And those we mounted because they're very loud. So when we mounted these here, that helped a lot. So we have one both for the front and the rear. And just to give you an idea, this is how the AC sounds now. We have the generator on right now to run them, so you might hear the generator as well. But it took a lot of the sound. Up here in the ceiling as well, we have a brand new smart fan, and it's the one that has the rain sensor, and it also has a remote control, so I can turn it on. Let me see here. And then when it opens, the fan will turn on. Or at least I thought I didn't have it on. Let me put it on. Here it comes. And it doesn't make much noise, and it has rain sensor, so it closes automatically in case of rain. And now let's go to the most important room in the whole motorhome. That was one of the main reasons why we bought this one.
The garage.
And this here is really...
Saved our bacon.
This is really the best of all. And it's very unique.
This is where my washer dryer combo goes, which I had it into the house just to do laundry. We'll have to load it back in here. It also comes with the motorhome.
But the good thing here is the motorhome came with hookups, cold, hot water, and the drain. So it's very easy, and power right there. So it was already prepared for.
Sure. And both motorcycles fit in here, even with the washer. And then this was one of Torquil's favorites.
The little tool shack.
The little tool shack.
In galvanized steel, so you can have some tools and some cleaning stuff.
Yep.
And we have this little opening there, the vents. And these are pretty neat, so when you open here, then you get air in even while you're driving. And there are two of those. There's one here on top, and there's one at the bottom as well.
We also have a TV in here. We've never used any of the TVs except for
in the main room.
Main room.
Yeah, there's both TV and radio actually. And let's just finish this here, because here we also have a ceiling fan. Oh, sorry, there it is. Fan up, and that ceiling fan sits in the rear end here, and you can see it's opening now, and then it should turn on. There it comes. If you see here, there are speakers out here as well, two of them, so you can have music if you sit and entertain out here. And right here we also, to finish this panel, we have the TV, we have radio that can play in these speakers, but then you also have here, how is it? I can't get it open. Here it comes. That's a jump start option, so you have positive and negative here, and you can jump start a motorcycle or an ATV from here. In the floor, this one here folds down and creates a big surface here. So now you have basically 10 by 8 feet of storage option in here. And we have been able to fit a Harley Davidson here. We had the washing machine over here in this area. We had a Harley Davidson motorcycle, and then we had a Can-Am Ryker here on this side. So we had two motorcycles and a washing machine in here.
And electric bikes.
And electric bikes. There are two windows in here, and they come with shades or blinds that it's aluminum, so they black out completely. There are ventilation ducts from the AC going out here as well. And we can say we have used it for transporting motorcycles, and you can see you have these tie down points for strapping it in here. There are 9 of them distributed around, and that means you can tie down your motorcycles really securely. But then on top of that, when we were not traveling, when we were stationary somewhere, I would use this here as my office space. So I would set up a desk over there with a computer for video editing and everything. So you have a nice big office space here as well. We have a few things here that will come with the motorhome as well. And the first one here, that's connected to the tow system. We have a Blue Ox tow system that will follow the motorhome. But for that we also bought this Blue Ox brake assist that can actually attach in the car. You hook it up to 12 volt and then wirelessly it hooks up and controls the braking of your tow vehicle. Really easy, fits into all cars. There are some cushions here you can put up in the dock system if you want to insulate it, and also some aluminum to keep it dark. That's a nice little feature. There's a cover here for your tow vehicle to put over the tow bars to make sure you don't get rock chips. Then we have a full maintenance package here for the generator. I ordered oil and air filters, oil filters, fuel filters, spark plugs, everything for a service. I just haven't had time to do it. So we will let that go with the motorhome as well. And then there is an extra brand new sewer hose that will go with the motorhome as well. We have 2 fire extinguishers in the motorhome. We have one here at the rear door for the garage, and we have one more that sits out at the front door. So while we are here behind the motorhome, I'll just show you how we can take that whole garage door down. It's securely locked with 2 padlocks, but the whole thing folds down. Yeah, and just like that, we have now made a ramp here, and you can drive your motorcycles up. It has this anti-slip, so it's very easy to drive up here, and you can see the floor kind of has a little kink down there at the end, so that the bottom of the motorcycles won't scrape the floor. So it's really neat. Good tie down points everywhere, and it's ready to go. Another good feature is you can turn this into a patio. Let me just show you how that works. And of course this here is very nice if you're sitting out in a beautiful nature area, but it can also be used when you have dogs, because dogs love to go out here. So when you're camping and they can't run away for you, but they can still be outside. So a really neat feature here.
If you are interested in this fantastic motorhome I've just shown you here, you are very welcome to contact me directly. You can contact me on phone 719-248-8229, or you can shoot me an email to shoot10up@gmail.com. I look forward to hearing from you.